back at it again. Hi Lola, what's up? What's happening?
What's up, Emmanuel?
Chop knuckle.
How are you
doing?
This is a very masculine thing to do. Why would you do that, though?
Okay, take a hug.
Okay.
How are you?
Good.
What's
and
happening?
You? Nothing much.
Rather
I just feel like
beautiful. It's weekend again, you know.
Yeah, and the thing with the weekend is there's always that vibe that you want to relax, but there's
so are you saying there is no function anywhere that you can just shake your body a bit for?
Well, not really, not particularly. Maybe just the one in my house.
Okay, fantastic.
That's if I'm not hanging out here.
So that basically that means that you're taking good care of yourself and your mental health.
Mental health, you really want to go there?
Of course.
No, you don't want to go there
Of
because
course.
everybody knows how things are these days, and it's just a whole lot of drama generally in the country.
What kind of drama are you talking about?
Woo! Trying
You care to share?
Yes,
Okay.
I care to share. It can be therapy, you never know.
Let's have it.
But the thing is, I'm not really sure how the mental health is at this point, because you think that life
But I hope
is
you're fine.
supposed to. Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm just wondering. So I'm in a state of wondering where, you think life should be in one particular direction, and then there are so many curveballs. Things are expensive. Everybody is stressed. Everybody is tense.
Yeah.
So it's just a whole lot to deal with right now.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I understand that people are
Yeah.
going through. If you are in Nigeria, for instance, people are going through a lot.
a lot.
There is,
You can say that
there
again.
is inflation everywhere, and people are getting very agitated, depressed, and all of that.
Yeah.
And it also shows the importance of mental health, if you ask me.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, what do you have for our viewers this week?
Well, we're going to talk about mental health, and we decided to take it a step further. So we're not just talking about it between us. What we'll do is we'll also have one of our friends in the house too.
Yeah, I think it calls for celebration, right?
Yes. So hi, Chris.
Hi, Lola.
What's up?
Hi, Emmanuel.
Hi, Chris.
What's up?
I
It's
think,
good to be here.
yeah.
I
So-
just love the energy here.
Yeah.
Quick intro. Chris is a clarity coach, and basically, well, we all are after the clarity, so we just want to talk about something that will give us clarity, which is mental health.
And I know that
And-
Chris will be bringing a whole lot of clarity
Yes.
on this topic.
Well, during the
Well-
week, I'm a clarity coach.
Yes.
Today here, I'm here to enjoy myself and have a
Woohoo.
good conversation. Maybe
Okay,
a bit of
all
clarity
good,
will come
all
out
good.
from this kind of conversation,
Uh-huh.
but
You
never
let's
know.
just enjoy ourselves
Thank
having this
you.
conversation.
Yeah, good, fantastic.
Yeah, it's
never
good to
know.
be here.
Yeah,
You never
nice
know.
to
So
have
how are you doing? I mean, balancing the financial demands of life generally and your own mental health.
Do you
How is
know?
that going?
Do you know one tricky question? I mean, here in Nigeria, you always ask people, "How are you?" And the rhetoric answer will be, "I am fine," right? Whether you're fine or you're not fine. Now, let me do something here. Let me ask
Okay.
you a simple question, and let me know how you respond or react to it.
Okay.
Emmanuel, how are you feeling now?
I'm okay. Yeah, very okay.
I asked about feeling, not
And
how
I
you're
just-
doing.
Oh, okay.
How are you feeling now?
I think I feel very relaxed.
Emmanuel, talk
and
true.
You did my mind.
You know the tricky thing about when you ask people how are you,
Uh-huh.
we've been trained to say I'm fine.
Yes.
But when you now start asking people how are you feeling, they take a step back to reassess
and
themselves.
it's basically something I just did, right?
Yes, you took a step back because I just watch you pause.
Yes.
Instead of going back to this way we just answer, say I'm fine, people just take a step back to like reassess how
Am I
they're
really
feeling,
fine?
how they are thinking,
Yeah.
and how is life around them.
Them.
Then they would now give the answer to say, maybe I'm not feeling too good, but I'm pulling through.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not feeling so fine. Maybe I'm feeling a bit agitated, and the rest of them. I mean, that is the door to seeking seeking how mentally healthy you are.
Yeah.
I guess sometimes you're told not to just express yourself, kind of. Sometimes maybe a random person just asking you how are you or how are you feeling, you wouldn't want to share certain information. You keep certain things within yourself and just say, oh, I'm cool, I'm fine.
I agree with you. I think this questions basically is your just friends and family.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand? And it's a question you have to ask yourself at all times to assess where you're how healthy mentally you are. Then if I ask myself every morning, Chris, how am I feeling now? You understand? I will be able to assess my feeling, because one of the greatest challenge or the problem around mental health is that people don't know how they are feeling, how they are processing things, and what is happening around them. You understand? We are just caught up with, like, in the introduction we talked a bit. You guys talked a bit about the economy and the reality out there. There is so many information, so many things to do out there that you are just so caught up in it, and you don't know what is happening already in you. That's where the biggest challenge is.
Okay, so you can.
Yes, so let's bring it back to the economy. And I think one of the reasons why we have
but I think that before we get to the economy, I'd like to ask one question.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there is a stereotype around the topic mental health. That if you say, for instance, you tell me someone has mental health issue, there's a way I just look at the person.
Yeah.
So whether it's stigmatization or the way we're brought up or something, I don't know. You just feel like, oh, mental health, maybe he has something with psychiatric issues. Maybe that would be a good point to start by basically just telling us what mental health is, so that we can have it.
I think the simplest definition of mental health will be the state of your mind.
Okay.
What is the state of your mind? Is it at that state where it is promoting life, helping you make healthy choices, helping you have the clarity in order to meet your challenges, that the stress that lives give you?
Yeah.
But that's the first part. The other part is, if you are not having that mental clarity, being able to meet the challenges life is posing before you, then you have a mental health issue. Now, there are two problems. You highlighted one. The first problem is that when they say somebody have mental health issue, they will say, are you being put in a psychiatric ward? And nobody wants to admit that. And the second one is, there is this buzzword today where any simple challenge you have, is disturbing my mental health, is distressing my mental health. You now see the two parts of it.
Honestly,
you understand?
I think that terminology is becoming very, I don't know if I'm too archaic or conservative, but I do think that most times when people are overusing, they're basically just using it to escape from escape responsibility.
Exactly.
Even in workplace and stuff like that, and people are thinking, thanks for that clarification, because now I understand what mental health is, and not just thinking that is a case of psychiatric
yes, and it's a stigma that really, as a society, we need to try and overcome, because you hear mental and the next thing is you're thinking, like Emmanuel said, so you really don't want to put yourself, but it's an important topic to.
Can I shock you?
Yes.
Before you
shock
go?
me.
Oh,
Electricity.
feel free. Shock me.
Do you know that I also have mental health issue, even though I'm a
No
clarity
way.
coach?
Wow.
Yeah.
What? How do you have mental health issues?
Do you get sick
How?
as a human being?
Yeah.
Is that not an health issue?
Yeah, but I mean,
so when you get sick, what do? You go to a
hospital.
doctor, take your proper medication, and you're fine again. So there is nothing wrong with people having mental health issues.
So as you are like this now, you have mental health issues.
I think that was 2 weeks ago. When I was trying to, we all face different challenges in life, and life changes are very fast. I mean, when you're young, when you get married, every changes that happen need you to get some kind of mental strength in order to face that particular change. When you don't have that capacity or the ability to do that, you have challenge. And if you don't face that challenge, it gets buried. And those challenges will now spring up to some kind of, it may depress you and the rest of them. So every life changes that happen to us needs us to develop some kind of mental capacity to face them. And when you don't have them, you are challenged.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you're talking of challenges now. And I think one thing we can really look at is, okay, let's make it specific now. As much as you can share, what precipitated this state of imbalance in your mental state? What brought about this latest, as much as you can share? I mean,
the same thing you're talking about,
yes,
the economy. You understand? I'm not going to talk about the political angle about the economy, or I'm talking about you're making money and you're not saying it. The cost of goods and services are very high. So you're trying to find that balance as a man in your own house, and you're trying to make sure everybody is okay, and you don't have enough money to meet your needs. So at that time, you feel, if you're not being present, you don't have that presence of mind to take care of it, you feel lost. And sometimes people go into this denial, you understand? And people have an outburst, because there are only two ways you respond to things. It's either you have an outburst or you have an implosion. So gradually people start building up those things that will help them, that we basically, and when it starts like that, you get to the point of outburst. Might be somebody just friendly, just tap you, and you're just angry.
Absolutely.
Implosion is just you start shutting down and don't speak anymore, and the rest of them. So these are some of the things, and that was one of the things I faced 2 weeks ago, trying to find balance within my family, and that became really challenging. And I found out just that simple assessment: how you feeling now? Or you can look at your environment and know how you're responding to things that are happening to you. And you can even get that from those you stay with. I mean, your wife comes up to say, "Oh, Emmanuel, you're not, what's happening to you?" Because sometimes when we are slipping down that road, we don't even know.
Sure.
We don't even know. So people around us can become the extra mirror through which we see our own self, by asking us that, you don't look friendly. You're not as happy as you used to. What's wrong? But because we sweep it under the carpet, we might not be able to say, but that is a moment where you sit down and reassess what is happening in you, and I'll say, okay,
so that's,
maybe there is a challenge here.
Okay, so basically we're looking at mental health and money. We're looking at mental health and money.
Emmanuel, what's there to look at? Everybody needs money. I mean,
for me,
goes without saying, like,
having my mental health or having money, which one?
Emmanuel,
I think I'll take money.
You know, the
I'll
thing
take
is,
money.
like I always tell people,
I'll take money.
You can't be thinking of mental health when you are hungry. You have to eat first.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just like,
okay, you understand. So for me, I'll take money. Why would I take money?
Why would you take money?
Because with money, I can take care of my mental health. You don't agree? Because again, when you look at the low and medium income countries, you realize that bulk of the persons that have mental health issues are from this side, not the developed or advanced countries. So you have bulk. If you check the statistics, you realize that people from the low and medium income countries are having serious challenges with mental health related issues. Like you rightly pointed out, inflation, especially in Nigeria, and not just in Nigeria, and several other countries. Again, just last week, and it's still ongoing. Kenya is passing through, is going through the same thing. There is riots everywhere. The citizens are rejecting the tax bill, and they are on the street. Why? Because they are frustrated. And that's, again, if you do a survey, basically there now, you realize that their mental health, by your definition, it's not where it should be, right? And then they're suffering from depression and also all sorts. I do think that money can play a key role in helping, and in the statistics that we currently have there shows that specifically, which is that countries that have better system, functional government and all of that are more, I would say, okay, compared to the low and medium income countries. And when I try to check, I realized that having adequate resources to cater for yourself also helps you to have a stable mind, to think, to sleep well, to be able to provide shelter for yourself at the end of the day. I'm just saying, this is my own opinion, but again, I leave it. I leave it on the floor for either Lola to.
I would go a bit. I would go in a different direction, and I went through a couple of studies recently that talked about the state of happiness. It was a happiness report, and you'll be shocked to find out that the most unhappy countries actually happen to be the most developed. And I was wondering why that was the case. So you discover that, yes, there are some physiological needs, that money will take care of and everything. But the truth of the matter is that's not all that is required. Emotional well-being, everything that ties into mental health goes beyond having money. So the real answer to that is, it's not that you need more of this or less of that. You actually need to have it balanced. It doesn't matter whether you are in an economically prosperous country or you are not in an economically prosperous country. The point is that you have to have that balance, because guess what? Rates of self-deletion in some of these countries are quite high. You'll be shocked to find out that you have so many places where these people are doing well. You hear of CEOs, you hear of celebs, people who are supposedly successful materially, yet they are not satisfied and they find enough reason to self-delete. So
Why? If I ask,
I think the question is, let's try to find out what money means to people. You understand?
Yeah.
They have very rich people who have mental health issues. I've worked with a couple of people who you see outside there and you think they have all that they need, but they are still facing mental health challenges. Yes, you're correct. Your physiological needs, like you talked about, food, shelter, clothing, in the first three Maslow hierarchy of needs.
Yes.
If you don't have it, you won't even have enough to take care of your well-being.
But
there are communities, very poor communities. They live a communal life. They take care of each other. They assess the well-being of every and any other person. They just have their food. They are not looking for great ambition. And they can be more mentally healthy and physically more healthy than people who have a lot of money.
Does that speak to what Lola was trying to raise?
Yes. I'm trying to remember a country. I don't know, a country in Eastern Europe.
Okay.
That have all well with that, but I can't be sure whether it's Switzerland or one of these well-developed countries. They found out that children between 13 and 18 has a lot of mental health issues.
Shocking though.
Why?
Europe. Wow.
They have all they need.
You'll be shocked.
You understand? So they don't have the capacity, because even your mental health capacity is for you to be able to live to your own full potential, have the life that you desire or you deserve, and be able to face challenges, because challenges are part of life. It's not something, if you don't have any challenge, you won't have any motivation. At the same time, you won't really have any motivation, and the need for growth won't be there. So there are people who have a lot of money in their house and they have mental health issue because they don't know what they want to do anymore. You've seen the series Squid Games, right? The person who put that game together has a lot of money, and that is why you come out. You sometimes see that people that have a lot of money sometimes will be doing things that are so obnoxious.
Yep. Because they have no idea what to do.
They're trying to find a balance. They are trying to find, what am I going to do? What really validates my life? Money is essentially important. Is really, really important. But there is this saying that people say, health is wealth.
Yep.
You understand? And one of my friends told me over the weekend that health also is the greatest generator of wealth. So why will you have so much money and you're suffering from incurable diseases that you spend all your money? The craze we have in this country is that we spend all our life looking for money. Then we spend all of our money looking for health or looking for life.
Wow.
So there must be a balance. You see CEOs that works from dusk to dawn. If you don't have quality sleeps every night, you're going to die. If you don't have proper nutrition and proper diet, you're going to die. You understand? So this is where we have to find a balance between having enough money and having proper health and having a good mental health. You understand? Which is more important? In the Nigerian situation, now money is more important.
Money is more important too. Because you know why? If you don't have the money and the billings from family members, they call you at, say, 10 p.m. And they say, oh, uncle, please, we need money for ABC. If you don't have that resources to help or to assist with, you're also going to be depressed.
Not only that, in Nigeria, this is not the kind of country where you tell them that you have mental health.
Actually, because people don't even understand what mental health is.
Actually, the truth is, there are two things. Somebody can ask you for money you have, and you can. There's something this guy called your area of concern and your area of influence. This is another chapter where people try to be they're mentally healthy. Is that the things that are your areas of concern are what you don't have solution over.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
The area of influence you have. Do you have a problem? Yes. Can I solve it now? No. What do I do about it? Worry. If you worry, you have two problems. You don't have only one anymore. Do I have a problem? Yes. Can I solve it? No. What do I have to do? I have to change my perception about my problem. We all have a lot of things we want to do that we cannot do. You understand? So we change our perception about it. So it's not about having a lot of money. It's all about living the kind of life you want to experience.
Absolutely. I agree.
You can have a warehouse of money. I mean, you've seen our political class. I mean, there's money everywhere, but some of them are unhappy.
Why?
Unhappy because they are not really experiencing life the way you want to experience life.
So how do I experience life?
What does life mean to you? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to contribute?
Because again, we all have lofty ideas that we want to execute. And once we are unable to do that, it becomes frustrating.
And because the idea is lofty.
Okay.
Have you thought about the word lofty?
Okay. So for instance,
there's a difference between realistic ideas and lofty ideas.
You went there.
So for instance, you caught me there. Right? You just have an idea to execute. However lofty it is, I think sometimes it is also crucial that however little it is, you're able to start. Because if you can't, it becomes frustrating. Extremely frustrating. For instance, the economy plays a key role towards ensuring that the people are living well or not. So if for instance, I want to start a business, what 5 million naira, and I cannot even have boast of 200,000 naira to even start. I'm not saying, yes, it's a lofty idea, but I am willing to start from the basics of the basics. How do you handle that?
I think that's a very good question. And that is why when we talk about people who have good mental health, is that they have the clarity of mind to see things through. In life, we have always tracked our life by getting to the destination rather than tracking progress. Before, you don't have an idea. Now you have an idea. Is that not progress? It's progress. Now you need 200,000. You have an idea that what 5 million naira, and you're trying to raise 200,000.
Yes.
Now, if you track your life, like if you want to get to your bus stop, you have to leave your house first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Leaving your house is progress. You are not at the bus stop, but you've left your house. One of the greatest challenge people have is that, and especially when it has to do with things that people now start aggravating the problem they have and have this mental health challenge, is that they always track their life by destination. And that is why I've asked, what does money mean to us? People see money as the
loud spending,
as the worth of your value. So people respect life according to how much people have in their bank account. But people don't see there are other aspects of value that life brings.
Absolutely.
You understand? If you have other forms of value and have a healthy definition of who you are, what you are here to give, where you are going, then you'll have a balanced way of looking at life. Then you'll be tracking your life by progress rather than by destination. So, because even in the race, some people started ahead of you. Some other people have paid a price for them. The story, and one of the challenges of only hearing success stories, that you always want to see how people got to their so-called destination.
Right.
But you don't want to know where they start from. You don't want to know even who started for them.
Right.
You won't cry.
And you are starting your own race.
Grass to
You
grace.
understand? People always say this grass to grace. And they start from the grace part of the story.
Yeah.
You understand? The grass part is just like,
success.
you understand? So
Yes.
there is even an idea people have about success, about money, that has really have not really helped people over time. And a lot of younger people worry so much about things they don't worry, and you don't even know how much progress you've made.
Absolutely.
You understand? So if we go back to say, okay, if you really want to have a real good mental disposition about money, you should be tracking your life by progress rather by destination. You should have a goal in mind where you want to go. You should have state of different stages in life. Even with this podcast, you started with an idea. Oh, I have a good idea. This. Oh, Lola, come along. Let's start this idea. It is progress. Oh, let's start putting things up. There will be challenges along the way. You've not gotten to your destination yet. You understand? Right? You get. Even when you get to your destination, the problem. Another thing that I've come to discover is that there is no destination in life. You get to a bus stop and get to the next bus stop.
No, I think the destination should be when you are old and you retire to.
No, but actually, to your point, there really is no destination.
Do you really retire when
somewhere?
Yeah, you have to go somewhere.
I think the 6 feet should be a final destination.
Exactly. So you should be looking at. I think when I started tracking my life by progress rather than by destination, I started feeling better about myself.
But
I started
Chris,
feeling happier.
Let's be true, honest. You need 200,000 and you can't raise 200,000. How would you feel?
You won't feel good, and it is okay.
You will be thinking of destination because you don't even have.
No. I think you won't feel good, but if you have the right mental clarity, you'll sit down and say, I can't afford 200,000. Like now, if I can't afford 200,000, I have a good business out there. I should look at my social relationship, my social network. So if you have the right mental capacity to think through this, I will not say, maybe Emmanuel have money. How can I sell my business to you? No, not really urgent. If I bring value to you, Emmanuel, and say, see my value proposition.
Yes.
Look at my value proposition. This is where I want to go. This is what I have. This is what I don't have. Can you help me? So if you have the right state of mind.
But Lola, don't trek under the sun. Because this your color will change.
But sometimes you need to trek under the sun in order to get to the next destination.
Okay, we don't do that here.
Yeah. I think that's just on the lighter note. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you, Chris.
Yes, and it's amazing because you talked about not having a destination, and I always ask myself this question, especially relating to the topic that we are discussing now. We always seem to think of mental health as some sort of utopia you get to, where you are all perfect and happy and everything is going well in your life and it's all good. But listening to you now, I can think about some instances where that was the expectation and the reality was far from it. But there was still improvement. So it's basically to celebrate the improvements, to keep on learning and relearning and improving on our specific situation, especially as regards the current situation of things.
Yeah, and just know that we talk about state of mind, not place of mind.
Whoa.
Rema.
You understand that? We talked about a state of mind. Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
This room is arranged the way it's been arranged. You understand? This studio is been arranged the way it's been arranged, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
If there is no power supply here, you will stumble on things and you think that life is so against you and the rest of them. But when you turn on power, you'll see where everything is being placed.
Yes.
So if you have that clarity, and that is why having a good mental disposition is very, very key. Anytime you feel you are having challenges and you can't think things through, seek help. Seeking help is not bad. You can seek from friends who are more informed. You can get a coach. You can get a therapist. They help you to see things clear.
Lola,
they help you turn on the light.
Seek help.
You need therapy.
We all do need therapy. I started this thing by saying that I have a therapist too.
You do? Wow.
Therapy, having a therapy.
Yes.
So both you and the therapist will be like, I'm
here again. No. So what is it, Chris? I need to declutter a lot of things in my head. You understand?
Wow.
So I think it is healthy taking care of your mental health, irrespective of where you want to go. It is good. You have to get success and enjoy it. But you also have to enjoy the road to success. It is not challenges actually that kills us.
Okay.
It is not successes that make us. It is having a worthwhile experience. There are certain challenges you go through. At the end of the journey, you feel so strong, happier, better. You will even be happy that you went through that. So it's not the challenges. Challenges are making us to realize certain abilities that we have, realize certain abilities that we need, realize certain things we can do.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah. And when we get there, there are so many things we can offer to those coming behind us to say, Emmanuel, how did you get through this? And you're like, okay, I did this, I did that, and You are there. And also, you package this into money. For those who are into marketing, you understand how solving a problem can create a channel where you make more money for yourself.
Okay.
So mental health
Makes
is
sense.
important. Money is important, but health is the main thing. As long as you are healthy, you can do all things. But once you're unhealthy, the only thing you're thinking about is taking care of your health. That may answer the question between money and mental health. Which one is more important?
Wow. So it's an ongoing discussion. I mean, these are things that we need to keep thinking about as we go through life, as we get older, as things keep changing in our specific circumstances. But it's been really insightful listening to you, talking about how we can try to achieve balance between the two. So I think a key takeaway for me is, seeing it as not just a destination, because to my mind it's always been like, mental health is one nice place you get to maybe when you are 45 or so and then you can live the rest of your life all happy and rosy and all that. But I'm beginning to understand that even people in their 70s still get to a point where they are reevaluating, they are constantly making sure that their well-being is in place. The expectation at that age, of course, is that one has enough material resources to do that. But we know that life happens and not everybody has that luxury. So in that situation, would you still say one can
one will say that if you really have a good life experience, you have something to go back to. There is a friend of mine that's in France. He was telling me that he went to see a lady friend that the father is terminally ill, and they were just playing and laughing, and it was like, your dad is terminally ill and you all are playing and laughing and the rest of them. Then after the dad passed, like let's say a month later, then he went to see the lady and was trying to ask her, you people are not crying, why you no money? Then the lady said, we had a whole lot of experience with our dad. Look at when I was 5, look at when I was 10, look at what we are doing when he was terminally ill is that we are recounting those experiences. So when you get to a particular point in life, and that is why I said you don't chase one above the other, you have to be mentally okay in order to enjoy your wealth. If you're not mentally okay, you won't enjoy your wealth. If you're mentally okay, you can enjoy all the experiences you have with those you share those experiences with. And when you get to a particular point in time in life, you look back to those experiences and say, wow, I actually lived.
Word. We will now...
I think it's sinking in. You just find yourself in that state where after someone has dropped a powerful inspiration, it takes time before you digest everything. That is how I feel now. And for me, it's insightful. I think we'd find time to bring you here for our viewers. We'll bring you back to the studio for our viewers.
Totally have to come back. You totally have to come back.
One thing that one key takeaway for me is mental health is not a psychiatric condition.
No.
Absolutely not. Secondly, you don't need to make too much money before you can live happy, right? Which is also very key. Thirdly, is one step at a time.
Right.
You understand? If you are dreaming, keep your dream alive. If you don't have the resources to start, trek to
It's like you like this trekking.
Trek to meet people who can be your social and emotional investor in what you are. Again, you can get urgent 2K that can enable you start. I think that for those who might be watching from other climes,
it can be in USD.
Urgent 2K simply means that little amount of money that can solve a problem or get you started in the immediate, right? So it's just a metaphor for that. For me, it's great. I think that our viewers are taking good notes. And,
we listening and taking good notes.
Just might be reaching out to Chris.
Right, because this is the part of the service where the sermon has been preached and all your sins have been given to you now, and you now have to go and think about your life. So thank you so much. This has been a wonderful discussion.
Thank you.
Like I said, it's ongoing. We'll still keep having the conversations. So if you're having any challenges, talking about how to balance mental health with finances, what are your challenges? Let's know what your challenges are in this specific area. So, any last words?
Yeah, I think
gentlemen?
that to our viewers out there, Chris will be dropping his social handles. Follow him.
Yes.
You can interact with him. I also know that he can create time to engage with you out there. Okay, so thank you. So would allow Chris take us through our social media pages.
Thank you very much for having me, Emmanuel and Lola. It's a pleasure being here. And
mention.
Yeah, I will still honor your request to be here. It is fun having conversation with people who are lively, who bring life into that conversation, and it's very relaxing for me. For those who want to connect with me on Twitter, it's just at agina.com, AGINA. That's X. It's now called X. I mean, we are old, very very old fashioned. That we don't forget the primary name. And on Instagram is Chris Agina, CHRISAGINA.
Can you take that again?
Chris Agina, just one word. CHRISAGINA.
Last word to our viewers.
My last word is in life, just try and live your life one pace at a time. Take care of your own personal well-being. It is when your cup is full that you can pour into other cup. Always make sure that
your family don't want to hear that.
Yes, an empty cup, you cannot pour out of an empty cup. It's very important. Take care of yourself so that you'll be available for others. Then if assess every day, for those who meditate every day, sit like 5 minutes every day and just don't think about anything. Allow your thoughts to come up in you. Then you note them down. Notice how you feel at all times. If you're not feeling too good, write them down. If you feel you're stuck, you feel you're blocked, you feel you're having challenges, always reach out. Always reach out. Reach out to families and friends, like I've said before. You can reach out to a therapist and the rest of them. Plan your money future. Always track your progress. Then celebrate yourself. Celebrate every point in time because it gives you the energy to do what you want to do in life. And that's all.
Thank you. This is like for me, like I'm short of words,
man. We need to go and take care of our mental health.
I need to take care of my mental health by even just abstaining from Lola a bit. Yeah.
What do you mean by abstaining? What do you mean by abstaining?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you to our listeners. It's been a wonderful episode. I hope you do enjoy it. Let's get your opinion. Go to the comment section. Drop a comment there. Let us know how you feel.
Tell us. Are you having challenges?
How are you feeling today? That is the most important question here. How are you feeling today? Take time to ask yourself that question. I hope you are having a nice time. Thank you. From me, it's bye. Till we meet next week.
And from me, see you soon.
See you.
Bye.
And like, subscribe.